thank you guys for joining me again on If Whiskey Talked. But today we have coffee, just a little bit more chill in the middle of the day. Today's guest, what can I say about him? Let's see. In high school, he made me question my sexuality. Some knew him as our generation's Cristiano Ronaldo, and we expected him to be there one day, but something happened. What else can I say about you? There's just so many things I can say about him, but I want to thank Christian for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Oh my God. I think that's one of the first things I want to ask you about your accent. I've always wondered, like, where's your accent from? Like, why, like, was English your second language, or did you learn English first, or is it just the way you talk? Or
okay,
speak, sorry.
So yeah. So that's my second language.
Uh-huh.
But I was actually born in Honduras.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know why I never I felt like I knew that, but I felt like I didn't know that at the same time. So I just never wanted to ask, you know?
Yeah. Well, I was born in Honduras, and then I came at a young age, very young age. I was like 7, 6, I don't know. And, you pick up the language, but as someone that wasn't originally from here, you still kind of just have a little bit of accent.
Yeah.
That it's like a little residue, like, yeah,
And I always wondered if I had, do I have an accent? Because English was my second language, too.
I wouldn't say you have an accent.
But I sound like a beaner.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that, you know what I mean?
Because my mom, she had me in Spanish classes from pre-K up until like first grade, bro. I learned nothing but Spanish. I learned my colors, my numbers, everything in Spanish. And I didn't really start learning English till about, like, truly English till like 4th grade, bro.
Really?
Yeah. And that's why I was always like, do I have an accent? Like, do I just sound like a beaner? Like,
yeah.
I don't know. Like, I've always wondered that. And it's interesting because I think that's why a lot of people like our age that end up learning English first end up not knowing how to speak Spanish, which kind of sucks because it's like,
yeah, it's your culture, man.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that's something I want my kids to learn first. I'd probably try it, just to see how it happens. Because, I mean, living here, you're gonna regardless learn English and stuff. So, I think that's pretty interesting that my parents did that.
Yeah,
and I appreciate them too, because now I don't sound like an idiot when I speak Spanish. So
yeah,
it worked out. It worked out for the best.
Yeah, man. When I first got here, like I said, obviously I was in ESL courses, and but initially, man, I went to my elementary school was like heavily like Hispanic, mostly Mexican culture. So to me, it was like, you see a little kid from Central America, obviously a different accent, and then I came to meet a bunch of these little Mexican kids. All of a sudden, I'd go home, not even learning English, right? Because I mean, really, all I talk to is just these Mexican kids, and then like my teachers are all bilingual, so they're all talking to me in Spanish. And I'm like, I'm supposed to be learning something here. What's going on? I swear. And I remember like I would just go home, like, and then like I'll talk to my mom. My mom was like, why are you talking to him like that? Like, because I guess this is obviously different, like Mexican. I'd be like, no way,
You picked up all the Spanish. It's so funny, dude. And it's so funny that like that actually happens to you, that you can pick up like people's dialects and just you don't probably notice it and you start talking like them. It's
right.
It's so funny, dude.
Yeah. Same thing, like whenever you date someone for a really long time, you start picking up the way they say things, the way they talk.
Tell me why my girlfriend says the same thing. Emily's always talking about how like, oh, you took that from me, like you learned that from me. I'm like, no, what? And I probably did.
Yeah, you probably did.
But I don't want to, I feel like she's the one that would have picked up things from me. But I guess it's both ways. You pick it up from each other and stuff. It's pretty funny though that we're like that. It's like we're children learning things new again. Yeah. But as adults, we're learning how to be somebody else. Yeah. It's pretty crazy. I've never thought about it though like that.
Yeah, man. Well, it's just fascinating how the human brain itself is so malleable. Like it just bends anywhere. Like as far as adapting and learning new things. Yeah. And that's even heavier as as you're growing up. Obviously, like the older we get, the rustier the brain becomes. So,
which that's something that's always scared me, because right now at such a not so young age, but at the age that we're at, I feel like I forget a lot of things. Yeah. And it worries my mom too a lot that, what if, at 50 I completely forget everything. It's funny. It's so scary, dude.
One of my buddies is the same way. And I'm forgetful myself. Yeah. But, like, I mean, this guy's fucking forgetful. like bad. He's like, where are my keys at, dude? You have them in your hand, bro. Like that happens like so much.
Yeah.
Like, come on. And then he's Costa Rican, and he has this thick ass accent. He's like, bro, I think he goes, bro, I think I got Alzheimer's. I'm like, I just looked at him like, Alzheimer? I'm like, Alzheimer. What's Alzheimer, bro? Yeah, you know, people forget. People forget. Like when they get old.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, you mean Alzheimer's? What? Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, and that's one thing that's always worried me, man. I don't think anybody in my family, because isn't it supposed to be like hereditary, like?
Yeah, it is.
And
just like degeneration of the neurons. But
yeah,
a lot of it also, man. Apparently caffeine, for example, helps with that.
Oh, helps.
I was
about to say
helps.
I drink too much.
Yeah, I think like Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, like a lot of these neuro problems, caffeine helps with.
What?
Yeah, dude.
No, thank you for telling me. Now I'll definitely stick to Monsters and Red Bulls.
Yeah. Okay, you know, there's a limit, right?
Yeah. No, I understand. But yeah, that's always just been something in the back of my head that I'm like, man, dude, one day, what if I forget all this, everything?
It's scary, man.
Yeah, it is. And I feel like you just never know until it starts happening. And you're like, oh, shit.
That reminds me of that movie, that romance movie. What's it called?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Come on, it's a big one. Everybody knows this movie. It's like, with
the one with Justin Timberlake?
No, not Justin Timberlake. The one where the guy, obviously it's like a love story, and it's like kind of forbidden a little bit at the end. Spoiler alerts, by the way. I'm just saying, you don't even know which movie we're talking about, but spoiler alert.
We're gonna spoil it.
Yeah. But at the end of it, like, she has that, like, where she has like no memory, no recollection. So he tells her the story over and over again every day until they die on the last scene. You know what I'm talking about? What's that movie called? Man?
Is it?
Man, come on, it's what the dude with the white dude that all the girls love.
Oh, with Ryan Gosling.
Yeah,
The Notebook.
The Notebook, bro.
Bro, they're gonna fucking hate us for not knowing that. And like I saw The Notebook once, and I didn't see the hype in it, and I was just like, what?
Yeah, man.
I guess I can see why you're
I watched it with the girl. And, that was an experience because I'm not used to watching stuff like that. You know, we're dudes. It's like not really trying to be sexist in any way or anything, but it's just like not my cup of tea. Some people like Sprite, others like Coke. I like coffee myself, so it's like, well,
okay.
So whenever I watched that with her, it was a different experience. I did like the movie though.
Yeah. It's a iconic movie, so I guess, you know. But I think I ended up watching it alone. Like I was just by myself, and I watched it, and I was just like, all right. Yeah. It didn't really, you know, anything to it for me, but, you know, to each their own, like you said.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, like they're, bro, like movies like these, like 50 Shades of Grey, like these chick flicks, right?
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's a chick flick, bro. Like,
yeah, honestly, that
like,
one.
What do you consider that?
Yeah, that's
heavy.
another. Yeah,
shit's heavy. I mean, I took a few notes. You know what I mean?
It's on that side. The story you were saying you were talking about, or you wanted to tell me.
Which one?
You say you had a funny story, or did you already just tell it?
Oh, dude, I got a lot of stories, son. But look, no, we were talking about Ellie, you know, my cat.
Oh yeah. You
so,
said yeah.
So
Very pretty cat. She was about to join us. I saw she wanted to get on the couch, but she's like, "All my shit's in the way." So.
She will at some point.
Really?
She will. Oh. Yeah, she's very sweet, very loving,
very pretty,
and she's very pretty.
She looks so calm, dude. I'm wanting a cat now.
Get you a cat, bro.
I have 2 dogs.
Okay, about getting you a cat. So I got her off the streets. You know, I adopted her, and I don't mean that in a bad way. Like that sounds kind of weird. I took her off the streets. You know.
Well, no, I mean you saved her. I mean she needed a home, and you gave it to her. So it's. I mean, you're a hero. You know. Well, that's how you want to put it.
I don't know about all that, but so I brought her in. And, you know, one thing that you learn with women in general, now, of course, she's a cat.
Okay.
Is that, especially if you take them off the streets, is that sometimes you just can't get the streets out of them. Sometimes they just keep the street in them. And what I mean by that is that I think she's pregnant, bro.
No way.
I think she's pregnant, yeah. So hold on. I went from being a dad to being a grandpa, like this.
But
like,
you don't know for sure. You're speculating.
I'm convinced.
Why?
I'm beyond speculation at this point. So
what do you see in her?
At first, I noticed like that the abdomen was a little distended, so it was a little bit, you know, bulging out a little bit. And I was like, okay, that's kind of fucking weird. And I was like, maybe she's just really full. Maybe she's just really bloated.
Yeah.
Right. There are many things. But then I was like, okay, it's kind of growing here. What's going on? You know, like
Really?
in the span of a few weeks, yeah. And then another thing that I noticed was that her nipples are like, they get a little hard, and they're not supposed to, unless
they're really.
Yeah. And so,
Girl.
No, she's a beautiful long-haired cat for anybody out there listening.
Getting ready. You might as well start getting your homes ready because we're gonna be selling them $300 a pop.
I don't know. No, I'm definitely gonna give them away. Yeah.
That's
no
so
selling.
crazy. And she looks so tiny. Like I said earlier, she looks really tiny. I thought she was, like a baby, but dang, that's crazy. I mean, congratulations, I guess.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't be for sure though until you actually take her and get checked out.
I'm pretty sure, man. At this point, like, she looks big. Like, I think she's gonna be doing like within. They have a what is it, like a 2-month gestation period?
Yeah. My dog, she had her puppies within like 3 months, and I was like, holy crap! Like that's so quick.
Yeah.
So quick, and it's so crazy. Like why is it that they're so quick and have so many more, but for us it's 9 months and we have one?
Yeah, the anatomy, right? Just like
It's
how
insane.
fast. Well, it's like, like what is it, like a dog year is 5 human years is a dog year or something.
I think
like
it's
that?
7.
It's a 7.
From what I heard, it's 7. Yeah. But like I've always wondered that, like, is that like, do they feel that? Like, do they feel like they've been here 7 years, or like why is it that we calculate it like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like who decided one day that it's like, all right, well, one of our years is gonna be there 7 years.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't know if it was something scientifically done.
I think no, not necessarily. Well, me personally, I think that it was just like to compare, like
their lifespan.
Yeah, their lifespans.
I guess that makes sense.
I think that the time's still the same. So like one of our years is still one of their years.
Yeah.
They just happen to live like less.
Yeah. But that's what I was thinking. I was like, so like, what if like I leave for a day and I don't see my dogs? Like, do they think I was gone for fucking a week?
They freak out. Like
like
if that was the case.
Yeah. Because that's always been on my mind. Like, man, it's one thing that like I want future technology to do is to let us see our dog's thoughts or our pet's thoughts. Any pet, I want to see what they think about. Like, I want to live that long.
Yeah.
I don't think we're far from it, but
you don't think so?
I want that to happen one day.
Oh shit.
Even if I'm old, like if I'm fucking dying in my bed and shit, I want somebody to be like, "Hey, look, this is what your dog was thinking about."
Yeah.
I'd cry and die.
That's all you need.
Just call it, bro. Yeah, man. I've always wanted to be able to see that. I think a lot of us would be able to. What if our dogs would live longer if we were able to see what they thought about? Like accommodate them. Like, they'd be able to tell us, like, hey, I'm sick. Hey, like, I'm hungry. Hey, don't do this. Hey, don't do that.
Live longer.
Or do you think they're just meant to not live?
Yeah, I think it's just anatomy itself, man. Like like the regeneration of cells and all that good stuff. What is it, like, turtles, for example. Someone can live up to like hundreds of years, and then I mean, I'm not that smart to where I'm gonna say, oh, the fucking cell, they're like just slowly multiplying, or there's something about that. No, but
I mean, earlier you were talking to me like you could tell me that, and I'd believe you, probably.
Oh, dude, I'll bullshit my way through. You know what I mean?
Because what were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about a lot of things. We were talking about the heartburn, which is annoying. Yep. And then you were saying something else. I totally forgot what you were saying. See, I totally forgot what we were talking about earlier.
Alzheimer. Yeah, Alzheimer's.
Yeah, I heard it here first. I'm being diagnosed with Alzheimer's.
Bro, but getting back to that idea of that time relativity, like, okay, so think about a fly, for example. They only live like a day, or is it 12 hours,
or something like that? It's some 12 hour, 14, something like
And think about like how fast they move. So if you think about it, like, what is it? If you really do the math, which I'm not gonna do that shit right now. Like,
AQR, bro.
Yeah, AQR. Remember that?
I was gonna bring that up. Whoa, wait.
Yeah. But what I was gonna say is that, so like 12 hours is like maybe 30 years for us. If you want to do the proportions. If you want to really do that. So in that same spectrum, we could say, okay, like, so if you were to be a fly, would time slow down, and then like everything else around you would slow down?
Oh, yeah. Or would everything be going like super? Well, I'm sure if they look at it, they're like, "Why are these things moving so slow?" You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Or
exactly.
it's just, man, God's gift, bro.
God's gift.
I mean, to all our people who aren't believers of God, but to me, like, it's crazy that there's just so many different types of lives, so many types of just production of life and all that. Like, it's all so different. It's kind of hard. I mean, I don't want to make this all religious and shit, but it's kind of hard to believe that people don't believe that there is a God. You know, it's like, damn, like there's like, just look around. You know, how could somebody not have created all this? Like, it's too like insane to not. But I mean, again, we can thank science too. Science, I love science, bro.
I do love science, and like you can have both. You can have both.
Yeah.
Because, well, one of the things that, like, think about this. And I used to be very religious, man, very religious. Way, like, I don't know, back in the high school days.
Really?
Like, internally, I mean.
Okay.
Like, I wouldn't expose it. I wouldn't show it.
Okay,
Like, it was always to myself. And even now, like, I'm very private with my stuff. Like, I don't think that you going to church makes you a good person. I don't think that.
Of course.
You or vice versa doesn't make you a bad person. No, I just think that if you have your own set of beliefs, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Like, God could be anything. It doesn't matter. If you're comfortable with that, as long as you're not a shitty human being, then I think we're good, bro. I think we're good. You know what I mean? The worst people that I've met in my life are those that are heavy, man, heavy. Like, they'll go to church on Sundays, they'll fucking repent, or what's it called, confession if you're Catholic. I'm like, man, that's fucking hypocritical. Catholics, like, you're fake. Yeah, throwing up the sign.
No, I mean, and it's crazy because, like, so what you just said, like, I compare that to, like, my mom, which I'm not trying to, put out there, but she's one of those people. She's in church every Sunday. Gets upset when we don't go, like, me and my brothers don't go and stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, she's afraid. She's told me before that she's afraid that I'm gonna lose touch with God, or that, like, I'm not doing it the way it's supposed to be done and stuff. It's like, the way I see it is like, if every day I can wake up and say thank you God, or go to bed and say thank you God for this, thank you God for that, and keep it in the back of my mind. I feel like there's no need for a religion or a church. To each their own. If you want to worship, maybe do it at your home, or do it. Have like spaces for it, but I think the whole labeling of religions, I think it's just it is kind of weird. It's just one person believes. So, like, I would believe like Christianity, like actual Christians, like, don't believe like in the saints, and like the Catholics do. So it's like, why does that make us different? Like, if they want to believe in the saints, like, there's no need to put labels on it. I think everybody should just be able to worship God, and that's it.
Right.
And I think it just has to do with the way we've been brought up and stuff, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So I was going to talk about the doctrine, which doctrine you're brought up on. So, for example, let's say you were born in China, or let's say you were born in India. Mm-hmm. You're going to be brought up with this, usually, like, Buddhism, Zen practice, whatever. So what gives us the right to say that we're right and they're wrong, or they're right and we're wrong?
Exactly.
I think that you can definitely learn something from each one of these, sub-religions and religions. And as you can see, I have, like, Buddhist art, and, like, I'm open to, getting good things out of everything. Yeah. And not because I was brought up in this doctrine where it was just heavily Catholic, like, we go to Mass, and not only would you go to Mass, but you'd also go to your little classes, whatever they were called. Yeah. And it's nice. It's like a way of being communal, like, which serves its purpose, But I do also believe that times are changing. We need to adapt. And
join the Church of Scientology. No, dude, that's crazy.
Sign me up, Daddy.
No, that's some crazy. I don't know if you've ever seen the lady Leah Remini, the actress. She had a whole show where she was exposing the Church of Scientology.
Oh, shit, no.
I've always wanted to watch it because apparently she said a lot of stuff about them, but that's some crazy stuff. I don't know if you've ever heard, like, what the Church of Scientology, like, believes in.
As far as their beliefs themselves, like, I don't know. I'm not too.
I watched, like, a short video on it, and they talk about how, like, they think we came from, like, this alien race called Anunnakis.
Yeah.
And that, like, they came and, like, I don't know, like planted us on the earth as, I don't know. It's a really weird thing, but it's like people actually believed in it. And which, I mean, like you said, who's to say that they're wrong and we're right?
Right.
What if they're right?
What if they're
And
right?
we've been calling them crazy all these years, bro.
All these years.
They've been on their own.
And they've been trying to bring up a lot of evidence on the Anunnakis, man, because like I know a little bit about that because I love history myself.
Yeah.
And well, it's really fascinating. Like, what is it like? This all came out of like Samaria, Mesopotamian times, where they'd have like this art, you know, like the rock art, where they do the engravings and all that shit. Yeah. And then they all have like these. They mention the Anunnakis like some kind of beings. That's what they're known as, the Anunnakis, I guess. But all of these, I guess, wall sculptures, I don't know what to call them.
Like the hieroglyphics and stuff like that, or what?
But what's it called? I don't know the exact term, man. That's shame on me for not knowing this. You know, like as someone that likes like art.
You say you talk about history and shit.
Yeah. But they're all carrying like this little purse. The characters themselves. Okay. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Like, it looks like a little bag of some kind, and like one of the theories was that that's like some kind of like a key or like for a portal of some kind, because that same setup has shown in other cultures within that same time frames, like in the Americas per se. You know, so. Yeah, hey man, they could be right,
theories, bro. It's crazy. Or like they talk about how the ancient Egyptians would draw, you know, the people with like the oval heads. Like they're like, well, who are they? Like, why were they seeing these people and where did they come from? Yeah. So it's, you know, that's some crazy ass stuff there. I've never doubted it. I'm always like, everything was built by they had to have been here once.
Well, look, man, I'm gonna say this. I think that this universe is too big for just us.
Of course. Yeah. I mean, we saw that with like the CIA documents releasing and stuff like that. Like, it's a matter of time before they present them to us. And I don't know if I'm ready for it, dude.
You don't know? Because what would that do to culture itself? You know what I mean? Like, as far as religion, and because like it would, in a way,
they kind of control it. I'd be scared. Like, I would probably surrender myself to them, bro.
Really?
I'd be so scared.
Like, you said like if they showed up, like, hey, what's up?
I mean, I guess it depends on how they look. If they look like how we think they look, bro, I'd shit my pants.
Like Predator style?
No, bro.
Remember that?
No, I mean more like
I'll get my Schwarzenegger out, bro. Let's go, daddy. Bring it on.
Like what would scare me? Signs. Did you ever watch Signs?
Signs.
The one with Mel Gibson and Joaquin Phoenix. Oh my God, you've never seen Signs? Damn, bro. That's a good one.
You recommend it?
It's a staple alien movie, bro.
Really?
Yeah, like it scared a lot of people.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, it scared a lot of people.
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Check it out, bro. Mel Gibson, bro. Passion of Christ. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, Passion of Christ is fucking good. That one always gave me the creeps too, dude.
Like when they show the devil guy, like
it's like that bald with fucking like pale as shit.
At you.
Yeah,
it's so scary, bro.
Sunken eyes.
Like, but I guess it's meant to like scare you. Like, hey, like that's him, bro. He's coming for you.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
the vibe on that movie was just fucking creepy, dude. Like the whole thing, it just felt like. Even in the little scenes where, like, you know, like Jesus Christ was over here, like, making woodwork or whatever, and it's supposed to be, like, not, like a nice little mood. The day is pretty. The dude's making a little table or whatever. And he goes,
what did you put in my coffee, bro?
Hey, just a little bit of that magic sauce, daddy. But listen, man. He's making that, he's doing that, right? And you're thinking, wow, you know, this is a really nice scene. It's pretty. His mom Maria comes out and like talks to him, but even like in the background, the little subtle music is just so fucking creepy. I'm just scared, dude. I'm like, what the fuck is
he say? I don't want to meet Jesus no more. Oh man, I've never paid attention to that shit.
No, a little subtle. I guess like whatever the
just like the background music.
Yeah. Like you never felt hopeful. I guess that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like throughout the movie, you already knew the story going into the movie, but once it happened, you're like, okay, well.
Was that really how it happened?
Yeah.
That's another thing that I've always thought about. Oh my God, we're so much on religion, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we gotta.
But it's just there's so much theories behind. Like there's so much that I don't want to say I've questioned because, you know, I believe in God or whatever and I pray and all that. But who's to tell us that the Bible like is true, bro? Is it just our faith? Like, are we just supposed to go like, hey, whatever?
Exactly.
Like,
yeah,
we're literally we're basing our lives and our religion and beliefs and faith off a book that's been passed down and written by all these people. Like, it baffles me that's what's happened to religion. Like, that's what religion is.
What about the Quran? You know?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we could talk about many other books that are heavy. But yeah, like what gives us the right to say that, hey, this is it? Like, a lot of this is just word of mouth. Someone wrote it down. These quote unquote prophets. You know, how come we don't get any more prophets? Like, are we too like, I guess the way I look at it is this, man. Like, people are a lot easier to fool back then.
Okay.
And I don't want to downplay religion in any way. Like, I'm not atheist. Like, I don't want you to get the wrong idea. But at the same time, I'm also a little bit of a skeptic, and I like to go into things with an open mind, but also with a rational mind. You know, I like to use my critical thinking, I guess, and deduct from my own reasoning, rather than just listen and say, okay, sure, okay, because that's what we do, man. Well, or that's what we're trained for. Yeah. If you think about it, like going to church, going to mass, it's all about the sheeple. You know, the shepherd. You know, you're just leading the sheeple, and you the yes man, yes sir. That sounds about right, even though, like, in your head you're like, I don't know.
And I think I'm kind of glad that, like, our generation was a generation that, like, I think is changing that, just because we've been growing up in a generation of, like, information and stuff like that, and we're so easily available to look up stuff and question stuff that, like, it sucks because it kind of forms a misconnection between us and our parents. Because, like, for instance, with things like weed, like I've you know, they come out with new studies about weed, like it does this, it helps with this, it helps with that. Like, our parents aren't gonna want to hear that, because my mom would just be like, well, no, like, they just want you to do that so you can buy it. You know, it's like, no, like, there's actually people, like, that are being cured and stuff like that with things like that. Or like mushrooms are like meant to, like, open up parts of our minds that, like, you know, we've never explored because we just can't. And it's like, how do you explain that to them when they've grown up in an era where there was just always listen to your authority, listen to the grown-ups, do this, do that, and don't ask any questions. Yeah. But I think it's pretty cool that we're growing up in the generation that, like, questions all that, and that we can do research and stuff like that.
Times are changing, man.
It is. They're changing quick for us.
Yeah, like, I feel like this old school mentality is dying out little by little, and I feel like that happens in every generation, man. Honestly, think about it. Like in the '60s, for example, you know, like with the hippies. Okay. Like, they were looked down upon by everyone else, you know, like, and they were the ones that were, like, trying to explore these, like, sides of our, you know, reality, and there's always pushback from like the older generations, like even with music, there's always, like, and me myself, like, I caught myself doing that shit. I'm listening to, like, new music, like hype music. I'm like, what the fuck?
What am I doing?
Yeah, give me some old school Drake.
You know when that happened to me, dude? Oh my god, for the longest, I don't know who I talked to about this. For the longest, I was like, who the fuck gets on TikTok, bro? It's a bunch of little kids. Bro, every night for 2 hours, I lay in bed and just watch TikToks.
Okay, yeah, man, that's trouble right there.
It is, man. Jesus,
I've been trying to stay away from that, man.
So hard.
I'm over here like, hey, come on, bro. That's the devil, son. I do firmly believe that social media is the devil, bro.
It's scary.
Even though is TikTok really a social media? Or is it more like just like a
it
little,
is, because
it's like
you're still communicating.
YouTube.
I mean, you're still socializing in a way, you know. We're all there in the comments, socializing in the comments, you know. Yeah. We're all trapped on this one platform.
This is true.
So I think it falls under social media.
Think about how much time you waste on it, man.
I looked at my phone and it tells you how long you've been on there.
Yeah, on the screen time.
I'm so ashamed of myself. Yeah. And we're back. Stupid ass camera just always cuts off. And we have a new guest also.
Ellie, you want to say something? She's kind of shy.
Yeah. Well, she ain't that shy. She pregnant, bro.
Hey, man, look, man. I know a couple of pregnant girls out there that shy, you know.
Yeah, man, we were going off about TikTok.
Yeah, man. Fuck TikTok.
Man, yeah, it's definitely
just the devil, man.
It's terrible, bro. And yeah, I told myself, I was like, I'm not gonna download. Like, what's the point? But then I saw how funny some of the things on there are, bro, and it was game over after that. It was so game over.
Yeah,
I love it.
Do you feel like you have an addicted personality where you could just easily get latched on something?
No, I think I get bored really easily.
Okay.
I get really bored with things easily.
I do too. That's a problem.
Yeah, no, I get pretty bored with things, and I want to do something new, like always, bro.
Yeah.
Like, so when I moved in with Emily, like, we're there for a while. We're still there and stuff, and it's like, I'm ready to move somewhere else. Like, let's move somewhere else. Like, and we're looking and everything. It's taking time, but I know that for a fact that, like, as soon as we move, we're gonna be there maybe a year or two, and I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm ready to go. I want something else. Yeah. And I do that. I did that a lot with my cars too. I don't know if you noticed. I went through like 3 cars in a matter of like 4 years, and not for any reason, but just because I got bored. I was just like, nah, I get bored. So I don't think I get addicted to things very easily.
I'm similar in the sense that I get bored of things, but dude, like I went through like 3 bikes, 3 motorcycles. Yeah, like, and then another thing is that I'm
you drive a motorcycle?
Yeah, I remember I had a couple of motorcycles. Remember?
I don't remember that.
Oh no, I guess. Well,
was that the time?
I had
just
let's connect. Yeah, there was a little. I don't know.
I didn't know that though. I don't. Or maybe I did. I just forgot. But
yeah, I had a sports bike at first. It was a Ninja. It was like, I don't know if you ever saw. It was like a red one. I know.
I think I saw it probably like on one of your Instagram pictures or something. Yeah, that's the only time I saw it.
Yeah, and then I got like a little cruiser bike because. Another thing, bro, I'm just fucking impulsive, man. I'm like, oh, damn, I want that. I got the money. I want that. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it.
Me. Yeah. I think I'm not addicted, but I'm impulsive. Motherfucker. Yeah, that shit. And it's pretty bad because once you have money, bro, you want to buy everything. It's like, I should have done that. So
like, well, ain't nothing stopping me, man. Let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
GameStop. I mean, not GameStop. Fucking Best Buy is open. I'm gonna go get that new iPad Pro.
It's so bad.
And the thing is that you psych yourself into doing it. Like, you're like, reasons why I need it. Well, I could do this. I could do that. And so you're like, all right, well, it's game over.
Let's do it. Let's do it. What did I do with the black car that I had, the Honda that I had? You remember something?
Yeah, the Type R?
Yeah.
Bad little fucker, dude.
Oh, my God. I missed it so much, but a house is more important.
Yeah.
When I got it, bro, I didn't need a car. Like, I had the red SI, and I was just like, no, it looks really good. Like, I want it. Like, should I get it? Nah. And then I went to go see it, and I was just like, whatever. Like, let's just try to get it. And I got it, and it was just all because it was impulsive. And then 6 months later, I was like, nah, I don't need it no more. Yeah. So it's pretty bad when you're impulsive like that. Yeah. What was I gonna talk about? Oh, I was gonna talk about just our high school days, bro. I miss our high school days, dude. Isn't it so crazy how fast it went though? Yeah. And it sucked that like I don't think I enjoyed my high school life until my senior year.
Really?
Yeah. I don't think, and I think that's why I didn't know a lot of people. I didn't really socialize. I think it also had to do with the fact that I didn't live in the area of the school. But I definitely didn't open up till senior year, and it sucked, dude. Yeah,
because you and I, we got close like senior year, right?
Yeah. So AQR, bro.
AQR, and then
such a fun class.
We'd go on like little double dates, like back in the day. I remember. You were the one with the car. Yeah.
Yeah, it was some good times, bro, and I'd never forget. I don't know if I have the picture where I saw the picture, but there's a picture of you getting lotion put on your back in the middle of class.
Oh yeah,
you remember that?
That's right.
I was like, it's so random. I don't know what we were doing, and you just have your shirt like halfway off in the middle of class, and you're getting like something lotion put on your back or something like that.
Oh yeah, it's like some girl like sat behind me or some shit. Yeah.
You know who it was?
I think I do know who it was. Shout out to her.
Yeah, because it was both of them. Both K's.
Yeah.
And then there was us. Who else? I feel like there's somebody else in that group that was with us.
I feel like there was. It was like a
I know we'd always drag along that Reina chick that sat in front of us. The little Hispanic girl.
Yeah.
We'd drag her along to things. Like when we'd have group projects and stuff. But I feel like there was somebody else in that class like acting up with us. Who sat next to you?
I don't remember, man. I don't remember. All I know is that you were in there, the K's were in there, and that the teacher was a chubby lady.
Oh my God, that lady she was kind of weird.
She was kind of weird.
She was a lot of weird.
Her eyes were kind of bulging out, weren't they? Or was that just me? I feel like they were kind of like popping at you, like you know, like you went from like a 2-dimensional figure to like a 3-dimensional. Yeah, bro, it's just popping, son.
Man, so many memories in that class.
Yeah, man, high school was fun. I mean, for me,
some of us.
Yeah, dude.
I think you let it all out in high school. I think in high school you did what you had to do, and then after that you grew up.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
And I think that's what sucked for me. That like, I don't think I like went through any kind of phases in high school. I was just there.
You were just like in that one phase all throughout.
Yeah, kind of just going through it, you know.
Yeah, I remember the first time that I saw you. It was like freshman year, a little bit. I love your hair, dude. Remember that's when you had that long hair?
Yeah, freshman year. Yeah, I came in with that hair, the locks.
That's right. Yeah.
I was skinny too.
It was like for soccer, I think. You know, freshman year, high school soccer, and like we were on the bleachers or something, and then Coach Mellon back. Remember Coach Mellon, dude?
That dude is. Have you ever watched a movie called Grandma's Boy?
No.
Oh my God, there's a character in that movie that reminds me just of Mellon, bro.
Seriously?
He wears a trench coat. He's weird, bro. Oh my God. When you get a chance, look it up, bro.
Hey, did they say that they found what was it, like some shit on Mellon's computer?
I think they did.
Or was that just a rumor? Just because he was weird?
You remember that other rumor? Our senior year?
What other rumor?
With the trainer?
That wasn't a rumor. That was a thing, dude. What you mean?
Was it ever confirmed?
I think you don't just get fired, son. Did he get fired?
I think he went away. Like I think he himself like resigned or whatever
because of the rumor itself.
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if he was fired, but remember we all got a message or they told us that like we all had to stick together because we were all in soccer and stuff. And I was like,
that was fucking weird.
It was such a weird time, dude.
It was a weird time.
Like you wanted to believe it, but like, and you could kind of see it, but then you were like, no, like. It's just so hard to believe.
It is.
We were talking about Mellon. And you were talking about the time you saw me.
Yeah. So, it was like Coach Mellon and Hutch. They were like out there like doing their little things about the tryouts and stuff because we weren't in yet.
Yeah. Shut your ass up.
Yeah. And I remember like, I don't know who I was sitting with. I might have been sitting with Steven or someone else. And like you were over group. Yeah, we were like a little bit higher up on the bleachers and then you were just over there like a loner dude. Just
always,
chilling.
Bro. That was me in high school. That was my story, bro.
Yeah.
Loner.
Yeah. So that was like the first time that I saw you and I was like, who's that motherfucker over there with the long hair, bro? Fuck that guy.
Well, at that point, I had already known Bonilla for a while, dude.
Yeah.
That was the first soccer team I think that I ever played with was with him.
Yeah.
So we knew each other for a while, but I knew him. Eric's idiot self wasn't there because of academic reasons, but he wasn't there, so he wasn't there. And then Lopez was there. My boy Lopez, bro.
Yeah, shout out to Lopez.
I haven't talked to him in a while, bro. If you're watching this, bro, text me back. I haven't talked to him in so long. Who else did I know? Lopez. I knew Bonilla. I don't know who else was in soccer.
So you knew a few people.
Yeah. I didn't go in blind, but I knew a few people. And then my cousin, he was at Oak, and he played too, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah. She's purring.
Yeah. You can hear that, yeah.
Thank you. Oh my God. That was so nice. Yeah, so I knew a few people going into the school, into like the soccer and stuff, but I remember, I don't know if you remember, I don't know if when we fought, like if we would actually fight for real, or we were just fucking around. There would be times where we'd be at practice and we just start fighting.
Oh, dude, I was rowdy back in the day, bro.
I don't ever know if you're like serious. I honestly.
Okay, I play around a lot. I do play around a lot.
Yeah.
Even now, like we fuck around a lot, but I don't think it's ever serious.
I was always like, this man is so funny, bro. Like, why is he trying to fight me right now?
Yeah.
Man. And I remember this one time you like try to kick me and shit. Like you were fucking throwing kicks, and I was like, bro, what the fuck? We're trying to throw punches, and you were trying to kick me. I was like, all right, I'm done. I walked away from the situation because You were getting a little
too much touching.
Yeah.
Nah, man. No, I've always been really competitive, man. I'll tell you that much.
Okay.
I've been really competitive. As far as kicking and shit like that, well, bro, I really, bro, ever since I watched Karate Kid when I was a kid, bro, like I was kind of just wanted to do a little action
on somebody.
Yeah.
Just whoop them up, bro.
Yeah.
No, man. I enjoyed my senior year of high school because thanks to one of the K's, she was able to, like, I don't know, not only just like introduce me to like people, but like kind of break me out. Because I think if I wouldn't have met her or like, talked with her or anything, I would have never done anything my senior year of high school.
Yeah.
But it took all the way to my senior year to actually go to like a football game. Like, I had never been to a football game at school, and I went then. And then what else did we do? We were just always hanging out. Like, we were always out and about and stuff. Yeah. And I think that was pretty cool that I didn't ruin my senior year, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was fun.
Yeah, man. There was a lot of people back in high school that they were super super chill. I was chill. And then back then, as you know, like I dated that one girl for a really long time, so that also took a lot of my time away.
I think that's what happened to me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I went into like my freshman year already with her and stuff, and I think that's kind of what like took up most of my time. Like, we were just doing that. So,
dude, high school was funny, man. You think about like how immature you really were, and like you're over here thinking about like dating someone, you like someone. It's also childish, really, even though you think that you all grown. You're like, I'm a fucking senior, I'm a junior, hot shit.
But you're still so, like, right now, like, I'm so old, bro. We're so old. I personally feel like I'm so old.
You
already.
Feel old, really?
Yeah, like I feel like, damn, dude. There's no turning back at this point, and it's like we're already at this point,
And what makes you feel old, though? Because like me, for example, I mean, we're the same age, and I don't feel old. I feel like, dude, we have such a long way to go, dude.
You know what, though? I think it has to do with the fact that, like, I saw myself get fat. That I see, what else? Like, my body hurts. My bones hurt sometimes. Like, I don't know, like, if those are things that, like, were planted in my mind to make me feel old. Like you've watch TV or something, a character's old, like their body hurts. So like in my mind, it's planted that like, oh, my body's hurting, like I'm fucking old. So like I feel like I'm balding. I forget things, bro. I have chronic heartburn, bro. I probably have high blood pressure, man. It's a lot of things, and it's like maybe I'm just putting it all in my head,
Yeah, I think you are, man. Because like I mean, I myself, I get like because when I was young, I used to play a lot of street soccer.
Yeah.
So, So my knees would definitely feel it, like now more than anything, especially when the weather changes. You're like, what the fuck? Where did my knees go? What's going? Where did this come from, son?
Yeah.
And so, but that's just part of it, man. That's just part of life, like a little bit of inflammation here and there.
Yeah.
But I also think it depends on how you live your life, man. Like, they say, what's the saying? That the quality of life depends on the quality of your thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have...
That was nice.
So if you have, like, nice, healthy thoughts, then you usually wind up having a good outlook on life itself. And so... and
I think what kind of puts ideas in my head, too, is the fact that we're at an age where, like, you follow people... And I think that has to do with the devil of Instagram, too. That like you see people on Instagram that are our age, that were in class together, getting married, having kids, buying houses. It's like, should I be doing that? Like,
right.
Am I falling behind? Like,
right.
It's like FOMO, but at the same time, it kind of makes me not depressed, but it does make me feel bad. Like, damn, like, did I go the wrong way? And like, am I doing this wrong? Like, obviously, everybody's going to live their life the way they should, but it makes me feel like, damn, dude, like, catch up.
Yeah.
It really sucks for me.
Yeah, the whole comparison thing, it's poison. That's fucking poison, dude. And at the same time, dude, like, I look at all these people that, have done that, and I'm like, and I know some of them, I'm like, you're fucking miserable. I like, don't get me wrong, man. Like, if you want to have kids at a young age, go for it, man. Like, do you, But that's a big thing. Like, or just being settled down. I feel like you gotta live first, man. Because a lot of people will go deep into it at a young age, and cause I still consider myself like I'm still young, and like for me to get married right now, I feel like I don't know.
And I think I think that's how I'm trying to see it all. And like I see people who have kids, and no offense to anybody, like if you want to get married, if you want to have kids or whatever, like that's your life, like that's what's gonna make you happy. But like in my perspective, it's like no, like dude, I haven't left the country other than Mexico my whole life, so it's like I'm not gonna go and have a kid or you know commit to something like that if I haven't even seen like the world. Like why do that, you know?
Right.
And I think that's how I've always seen life, that like even like with things like purchasing like a nice piece of clothing or something like that, it's like no, like that's what's gonna make me happy right now, so I might as well do that instead of going to have a kid or something, you know?
Yeah.
And luckily to this day I haven't had a kid, but
we can't wood, bro.
Yeah. You got no wood, bro.
Yeah.
We can't speak for you. You might have some kids out there somewhere.
No. I don't know about all that. No, man. Honestly, dude, I like the idea of a kid. Don't get me wrong. I like the idea of a kid. And I think that someday, but as of right now, like, I just want to live, man. It may sound a little selfish, but that's fine. We have to be selfish. We want to live ourselves. Like, I look at, you know, my mom had me when she was like 20, dude. I mean, I can't imagine having a kid at 20. So you learn from these things. You're like, I'm not going to do that, or I'm not going to do the shit that my dad did or didn't do for many of us.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to be in a position where if you do wind up having a kid, like, you're ready for it, and you want to be able to provide all those things that you feel like you lacked, you know?
I totally agree with that. I like that you said that, like, you have to be selfish because, yeah, it's like, how am I going to take care of somebody?
Hold up. Look at this little whore, bro. Like, you see what I mean?
She's back and forth, bro. Back and forth.
Probably a different baby daddies, honestly.
Bro. And you know what? My dog was like that, too. She would escape the backyard, and we don't know if, because I have a boy and a girl.
Yeah.
And we don't know if it's the boy's dog, like puppies, bro. Like, because the puppies came out huge.
Yeah.
Like, bigger than them. So I'm like, did she go somewhere else? And
what's
like,
going on?
Like, there she go. There she.
Yeah.
Nah, bro. You can't trust them, bro. You can't trust them.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to go into the segue,
no,
but
okay.
yeah, I think I'm pretty sure she's pregnant, dude, and she's gonna have some beautiful kittens, man. So if anyone out there,
Again,
I'm gonna post it up so people can definitely link up, because they usually have like 6 or 5 to 8. That's a lot.
My dog had 7. Well, she had 8. One passed away, and then she had 7 puppies, bro.
That's a lot.
God, dude.
You just there.
You have no idea. For the first month, I had to take care of them like before they were ready to go. Man, it's so much fucking work.
Yeah, because I'm gonna have to keep them for a little while until
Yeah.
they get a little bit bigger. They're actually able to eat actual food.
Yeah,
and stuff.
I had waking up, preparing their food, because they would have to like I'd have to like mush their food and stuff when they started actually eating. Man, it's a hassle, bro. It's like having 7 kids, bro. It's terrible.
That's funny.
The dog, the mom, just outside, playing.
Yeah.
Like, bitch, come take care of fucking dogs, bro. Like, I didn't sign up for this. Like, you're the one who went out there and was a hoe, man.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's their way of life, and we can't negate that from them. I always thought about that, like, it sucks when like spay or neuter a dog right away. It's like, no, like, it's in their nature too, like, want to reproduce and stuff. So it's I'm glad she got it out of her system, and I want to hope that he got it out of his system too, because we can't be too sure. There's no DNA test, so we can't be sure with her.
Can't be sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got that long hair, man. So some of the kittens, I don't know what the baby daddy looks like. She never introduced.
We can't promise.
She never brought him over. It was just like, all right, I'm here, Dad. I was a little disappointed, but it's all good.
Aww.
So that being said, I don't know what they're gonna look like.
Yeah.
They might have long hair. They might not. And apparently you can't tell whether they're going to have long hair or not until
they all come out like different though, right? Like,
yeah.
It's so weird.
But they all come like short hair. You know what I mean? And then eventually like
they'll start poofing out.
Yeah. So.
Aww. Well, you're very pretty, and we'll link your Twitter. Or do you even have Twitter anymore?
No, dude, I haven't used Twitter since like high school, dude.
Damn, for real?
Yeah. That shit kind of annoyed me a little bit, honestly. I mean, it's still, the account's still out there. I never.
Cause like I know I've seen. I was like I don't really use it. I get on there like to read news and shit. It's like my modern day newspaper. I don't really tweet anything on there either, unless it's like for the podcast or something. But I don't get on Twitter either anymore like that. Yeah. I remember we'd stay up and like talk shit on Twitter, or like subtweeting something. I don't know if you remember any of that. Like, we would just talk shit without talking shit to people.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, the subtweeting. Yeah, like throwing shade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you'd have a whole ass conversation with like 4 different people just subtweeting, and now I think it's pretty. I think Twitter's pretty dead.
Yeah, man. I think it is. It's only going downhill. It's only that. Those like extremists, I feel like either you like the very liberal, the very conservatives, they're out there, they're just out there just throwing fire.
Twitter fingers, bro.
That's all it is, man. So I think that for the most part, most of us don't really fuck with that.
Nah.
Like even Facebook, I don't fuck with Facebook. Remember if Facebook was a thing, bro? Like that was our thing, and then our parents just came in like, get the fuck out of here. And hold on, this is the funny thing that they would fucking go off on you like, you're always on Facebook. Remember that shit?
Look at them now. Look at them now, bro. Damn. We're over here asking us questions about their Facebook and shit. Like, I don't know, bro. When my mom asked me for her passwords, it's like, girl, I don't know. Like that's your phone, bro. You want me to call somebody for your password? Like, no, man. Oh my god, man, it's so funny, dude.
Yeah,
it's so funny to see them have to try to keep up because, I'm pretty sure they thought like, oh, we're never gonna have to do any of that. And look at them now, bro. They all have to keep up with us because everything's just moving on. Yeah, it's kind of sad though.
It is, man. It really is. I like I said, I usually don't fuck with it. I rather not fuck with social medias, man. And if anything, like if I post something, or the only thing that I use is Instagram.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah,
your beautiful artwork, which I want to congratulate you on. It's very beautiful.
Appreciate it. But that's really the only thing that I fuck with.
Yeah.
And at the same time, dude. The other day, bro, like my mom tried to follow me, bro. I'm like, no, mom, like stay in your own lane, son. Like,
Oh my, I've had a couple of aunts try to follow me.
Yeah, what do you do?
And like I look
that,
at their
man?
Instagram posts and it's just random pictures. And I'm like, no, thank you.
No,
I'll stay away from that. Or I had one aunt try to add me on Snapchat too, and I'm just like, first of all, I don't even get on here. It's like, there's no need,
Yeah.
Like y'all stay in Facebook. Y'all took Facebook from us. Just stay there.
I know. Like you're trying to take over Instagram too.
Trying to take over everything, bro.
God,
like damn, bro. Fucking colonizers.
Seriously. You bringing your flag over here, dog? Get your ass over here. Shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. I was gonna ask you a question. That I want to start asking a lot of everybody that I interview. So we were speaking of like the like history and the Egyptians and stuff. I was hearing about a documentary that just came out where they found I think some kings or some pharaoh or whatever's tomb. Okay. And they were talking about the stuff that they found inside because the Egyptians would be buried with 3 things because they believed that whatever they got buried with they would take to their afterlife.
Right.
So my question is, what 3 things would you take to your afterlife with you?
That's a good question. Holy shit. Damn, dude, that one's deep, man. I'd definitely take a book.
Okay.
I'd definitely take a book. Not
Any
the Bible
specific
or
book?
anything. No, just like I like nonfiction, but I also
like a Harry
fiction.
Potter or something.
Yeah, like a nice little story. Like right now I'm reading the Kite Runner. Anybody, if you're looking for a good book, the Kite Runner, look into it.
Okay.
That shit's dope.
Really?
Yeah. But just a little book. Look, I don't know how long it's gonna take me to get to heaven or hell, so I might as well take a book.
You don't know how long the line is to get in?
Exactly, dude. I don't know who's working that day. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine if that's how heaven was, bro? Like,
yo.
Next. All right, next.
St. Peter's
a bouncer, bro. Hey, nah, bro. Look at your feet.
Yeah. St. Peter's over there eating a sandwich. Like, he's on break. Has a little sign and shit.
He'll be back in 10 minutes, bro. Oh, man.
I'd definitely take a book. Anything personal. I'm trying to think.
You think about it, you're like, damn, like, what means to me that much that I would take to the afterlife with me? And it can't be somebody, it can't be a pet or anything like that. It's just objects.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not attached to material things. So, like, I can't really think right off the bat, okay, I'll take this, I'll take that. But yeah, I'll take a book, man. I'll definitely, I might
Charles.
take a book. I might take Charles, a banana or something, something like the way. Yeah. But no, aside from that, nothing, man, nothing. This is a good one, man. A sleeping bag, dude.
A sleeping bag?
Fuck yeah, dude. Yeah.
Damn.
Think about it, man. Like you're 6 feet under.
Yeah.
You might as well have a sleeping bag. I've seen them coffins, man.
Some of them are pretty comfy, bro.
They do look comfortable, man. But what about after?
Cold?
Yeah, you get cold. You know what I mean? Bugs start crawling around and shit. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I get you, man.
A couple of 100 years later, like, damn, dude, you have no meat on you. Yeah, so I don't know. Maybe some tuna.
Tuna.
She likes tuna.
Oh, then she chilling, dude.
She chilling.
But isn't that crazy? Like, you think about it, and it's like 3 things. Like back then, like they would. I don't. What would they take? You know, pottery, jewelry, and stuff like that. Like
a lot of gold.
Yeah.
A lot of their fortune basically.
Yeah.
You know.
And I feel like now, like we're like, oh, like I don't know, like what would I take? You know.
Yeah.
We don't. It's just it baffles me that like they had all these things that they. Well, not only that they would that they loved, but like they would you know, worship or something. You know, they'd take like little relics and stuff like that they would worship and take it with them because they thought they were gonna see those things in the afterlife. Yeah. But it's like, what if all your things are in the afterlife? You know? I've always thought about that. Then like, what if you get to heaven and you walk into your apartment, bro, and you're in heaven? Like, what if all your stuff is there already?
That'd be nice.
Really? Right? Yeah.
Nice.
It's one day we'll know.
Yeah. Right.
It's just it drives me crazy that you're like, you can't figure out what it is. Yeah. Or if it's even there, you know.
Yeah, like, does it even exist?
Where do we go?
Where do we go
when we die?
Yeah, like,
it's a great question.
Yeah, man. It's
I wonder if we'll ever be able to answer it. Like, while we're alive.
Man, what if this whole thing is just simulation? You know what I mean? You want to get into that? You really want to get into that? Do we have time? What time is it?
I mean, we're almost at another 30-minute mark. We can get into another one more segment if you want.
It's all good.
All right, we'll take a quick break and then we'll get into it, bro.
Let's do it.
We're back again. We were gonna go into the whole
simulation
thing, but I guess we can talk about COVID too.
You want to talk about COVID? Let's
talk about COVID. I would love to have you back so we can always, you know, we can continue that conversation.
Yeah. Absolutely. Bro, COVID.
How's it been for you? I know you work at the hospital, right?
Right, yeah. So I'm a registered nurse. I work in an intensive care unit.
Okay.
So I've been doing it for about a year now. And it's funny because I actually started right when this shit was starting. So like one of the first things that they told us as new grads was like, all right, well, you know, we really thank you guys. This is a tough time. Yeah, because it was like around
good luck, bro.
This time around, it was like around March. And it's like, you know, this pandemic, so we really need your help. So we're really proud of you guys for coming out during this time. I remember just thinking like,
I didn't have a choice, bro.
Yeah. So it was definitely interesting, you know, starting out with that, with the crisis that's going across the world. Like it's such a rare event if you really think about it. But yeah, I've been doing it for about a year now, man. And as an ICU nurse, I feel like you get to really appreciate life a little bit more.
Yeah.
But from the COVID standpoint, you know, everyone always asks, you know, like, is like what's people, like? What's it like? Or hey, is this shit even real? I feel like I don't see anyone sick. I don't know anyone sick. And let me tell you, man, this shit is very real. Those that get hit by it. No, for the most part, like if you're relatively healthy, you know, you take your vitamins, you know, fitness wise, you also do a little bit of this and that. Not necessarily, you know, like I'm not saying you need to be a gym freak or anything like that, but just healthy overall.
Walking and having some kind of
Right. So I think that's the biggest part of this. Now, those that usually get hit usually have comorbidities or don't know that they have them.
Yeah.
You know, like a lot of people are undiagnosed diabetics or undiagnosed with hypertensive crisis or whatever. And so these other issues that affect other body parts that put you at a bigger risk, or maybe you're autoimmune deficient. Those people are really the ones that really got to watch out. You know, but for the most part, like most of us, like we're okay.
I mean, when I got it, dude, I got it and I was like, dude, what if I'm the one of the ones, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of scary, especially with the uncertainty of like who's gonna get it really bad, who's not, you know?
Yeah.
And then it scared me because then my mom had it, you know, and then hers was actually a little bit worse than mine. And then my dad tested positive, and he's a smoker. And I was just like, dude.
And he's what? How old is he? He's a bit older too. Like what? Like mid-50s maybe, mid-40s.
early 50s,
Early
50s, I
50s.
think. Yeah.
Uh,
I was so scared, dude. I was
if
like,
you would have told me that you, hey, my dad is this, he's a heavy smoker, he's this age, I would have told you, he's fucked, dude. You know,
Dude,
and I'm gonna tell you why,
yeah.
because like, dude, a majority of or at least the hospital that I work at is mostly like mid 40s, mid 50s, Hispanics, either men or females, mostly men.
I heard about that. Yeah, there was a lot of males.
That's most of our like. So like, if you look at every other room, in the ICU, you see like the last time is like Spanish or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
that's
and so
crazy.
you're like, what the fuck? Like, this thing is targeting my people, man. What's up with this shit? Yeah. What kind of conspiracy is this? Really trying to trim down the numbers, son.
Yeah, damn.
That wall's not coming through. So
they had to put the virus in, bro. Damn, imagine that, dude. Shit.
No, but so yeah, high risk population.
Yeah.
And so, but it's very real, and from a personal standpoint, it hasn't hit none of my family members, or at least not to a point where like anybody ended up in the hospital, except one of my cousins. He's like early 40s, I think. Yeah. And he got really sick, man. And so I actually went out there and you know, just to check up on him, see how he was doing. So I'm giving him a few tips, like laying upside down, for example, what's called a prone position, helps the lungs.
Okay.
And he just looked really bad, man. He's relatively healthy, and he was having shortness of breath going to the bathroom. So I was just fucking afraid he was gonna end up in the hospital. Yeah. And he was just gonna de-escalate, because that's usually the route. Yeah. And so, but he was okay, man. After a while, he, you know, his Spanish culture, bro. They got like all kinds of remedies. Yeah. But
I mean, the thing that scared me with my dad is that he's the type of Hispanic that's like, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Stubborn.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
He didn't want to go get tested, but when my brother tested positive, we're like, oh, we might as well all go. And yeah, he came out positive, and I was so scared that like he was gonna get bad. Yeah. And I was like, that man smokes like crazy. Yeah. He drinks every night. Yeah. Not excessively, but he does drink every night when he has dinner. Oh yeah. Doesn't eat health. Well, my mom tries to sneak in healthy food, but for the most part, that man's about grease and tacos, and like, it worried me a lot. And I was like, I mean, luckily, from what we know, what he told us, he never felt anything. But like I said, he's the type that like if he feels something, he's just gonna tell us he's fine. Yeah. So it definitely it's a worry, man. Because you just never know how it's gonna hit you, and yeah, it was a sad month. It was almost a month like we were dealing with it. So all of us. Yeah. Except one of my brothers, bro. Yeah. It was pretty crazy. Right. Yeah.
It's tough, man. Because like you said, man, you know, we're prone to just fearing the worst when some shit like that happens. So like me myself, like I said, nobody really that I know.
You haven't gotten sick?
No. No, like this whole time, dude. This whole time. Bro. And honestly, at this point, man.
Wait, are you vaccinated? You're vaccinated already, or you haven't gotten vaccinated?
No, I haven't gotten it, but I'm getting it like in a few weeks or so. Okay. Yeah. I actually opted out to not getting it at first. So I'm like, man, I don't need it. Yeah. Like, at this point, it's just. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. There's people that you do need it, and if you want, like, as far as like protecting others, I get the whole concept. You know, like me myself, like I live on my own, and like I really feel like I take every precaution necessary at work. You know, like I de-scrub, like take the scrubs off, like shower over there and put it in a bag. You know, do the whole thing. Yeah. And obviously at work we're all being safe. You know, with the N95s and with the shields, all of that. So, but like I said, I feel like this thing really targets a certain amount of people, and those that are at risk. Yeah, like. Those really need to be the one that need to watch out. Yeah. So, but I was just gonna tell you that while no one has gotten sick in my family, we actually lost a coworker. Oh wow, really? We lost a coworker to COVID. Yeah, man. The sweetest one too. She was super sweet.
Young or
no? Older? She was like maybe early 40s, maybe. Okay. Not that old.
That's still that's not
that
old.
Not very old. While obviously I didn't know much about her health history. Like we're just coworkers, right? Yeah. So it's not like I know everyone's records. Yeah. And I don't mean to say anything or put too much information out there, but she did have a few comorbidities as well. But it was just really unexpected, man. She just to highlight her being itself and what it did to us as a unit. You know, like she was just like the light of the room, you know.
Yeah.
She that smile every day,
It's
and
like-
she's just super friendly, super happy. And so she was actually admitted into our unit, in an intensive care unit,
Okay.
even though she, I guess she wasn't necessarily an intensive care unit
Mhm.
patient, but you know, since it was someone close to
Yeah,
us,
took care of her.
we wanted, you know, to give her that kind of treatment.
Yeah.
And dude, it was sad, man. Just like seeing her decline at some point. It looked like she was getting better.
Mhm.
And all of a sudden her decline was just getting worse and worse. And like the toughest part about it, man, is that she's still in there. You know, she's weak, obviously, but she's still in there. She's able to talk. So when she was able to do that, she, you know, we have Group Me as for
Okay.
work.
Yeah.
And so she sent out this message saying, like a big message saying, like, guys, thank you so much for everything you guys are all doing for me, like, while she's in our unit. And but I'm so scared, like I'm really scared, and please pray for me. That shit was heartbreaking,
Damn,
dude.
dude.
That shit was
Tough.
heartbreaking. So again, you know, like anybody out there who still doesn't believe in this, like this shit is very
Yeah,
real.
yeah.
And I've been saying this, man. Like people need to tour the hospital. Obviously, they don't do that
Yeah.
for obvious reasons, but people don't know. People just don't know what it's really like to be in that kind of environment, the kind of work that we go through, and just to see the family members themselves suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do like these FaceTime calls, basically.
But that's yeah. I can't imagine
They
what that's
don't.
like.
And a lot of the times we're stuck with these situations where it's just best to let them go.
Yeah.
But the family members don't understand, or they don't have a full concept of, you know, maybe medicine itself, the treatment. And so a lot of it is also religion based, you know, as to why you would want to keep someone alive. But people are just suffering, man. Like this shit really just tears you down.
That's crazy.
You know. So yeah, that coworker that passed away, man. Yeah, she was very meaningful to all of us, and to this day, man, we still feel it. Luckily, or I'm not sure if I can even say luckily, but no, we haven't lost anyone else.
Okay.
So
Yeah. Have you do you feel like recently you've seen it kind of decline, or like there's still same amount of people you're seeing, or?
yeah, so honestly, it's just been steady.
Yeah.
It's not increasing.
Okay.
It's not. It does feel like there's a little bit of decline.
Okay.
Like we're getting less and less COVID patients, but we still have COVID patients. And the thing about the COVID patients is that they're there for a while.
Mhm.
You know, they're not there for a day or two.
Oh wow.
Some of them stay months, even like on a vent. You know,
Yeah.
just trying to make it. And the ones that do make it through, their brains are usually fried.
Damn, for real.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
And now I say fried for lack of a better phrase, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, they usually come out not being them. And
Damn.
families still want to keep them alive, man. And it's like, dude, you're just keeping a shell alive. You know,
That's
not a way
I
to
didn't know
live.
that. That's sad.
Yeah,
That's really sad.
it's tough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's from a nurse
from your
perspective, man.
yeah.
It's not easy. It's hard work, man. Like one of the initial treatments that we tried, for example, it's called ideally it's this Roto-Prone Bed. A Roto-Prone Bed, it's this like fucking how do I describe this to you? It's like a transformer bed, dude. This thing, like, it's a big old bed. It looks like heavy machinery. You put a patient in there, you strap them all around, and basically this thing like moves, rotates, and like does this crazy number. The idea is that, you know, I mentioned that the prone position helps the lungs expand and heal in certain areas. Well, this Roto-Prone Bed is not available for everyone. This shit is like $5,000 a night. I think
wow.
a night, yeah. And so not everyone gets that bed. One, limited numbers.
Yeah.
It's only like, I don't know how many, but I think at most like we'd have like maybe 2, 3 at most in the whole hospital.
Yeah.
And there's a very limited number in all of Texas, all of the United States. So while some people would get it, others don't. So we have to manually prone them.
Oh wow.
That means you have to, you know, turn them upside down, and let's just say this, man. Most of our population, they're on the heavy side.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's dude, if you ever try flipping someone or just moving someone from side to side or pulling someone,
Yeah.
we're heavy. We're heavy.
Yeah,
We don't think about these things until you're having to flip someone.
You're like, oh wow.
Yeah. And so it's a lot of teamwork, man. So you definitely get camaraderie at work, helping each other out.
Yeah.
And but that's one of the tough things, man. Having that support from one another. Because when something like that, you have to flip a patient. Let's say it's like my patient.
Yeah.
Scheduled to have them prone for 16 hours and then supine. Let's flip them back again for 8. Well, we're going to prone, let's say, at 10 a.m. So you got to get everything ready in there. You got to all your stuff and then let everybody know ahead of time, like, hey, guys, I'm proning my patient. I'm going to need help. So you get pretty much a squad in there. Usually, like, you need about 5-6 people. Because they're heavy, man, and it all has to be very synchronized.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it has to be synchronized, and it took a little while for us to catch, because this was all new to us.
Yeah, I can imagine.
So like learning how to turn a patient or prone, like, dude, it was a lot of trial and error and a lot of like, oh shit, we weren't supposed to do that.
Oh damn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like maybe like lines would come out, like an IV will be pulled or some shit, because like, so
yeah.
Because think about it, like these people are like usually like hooked to all kinds of shit, and you have to turn them upside down, and they have a vent, so you got to get respiratory in there, respiratory therapist. You got to get the help that you need.
Yeah.
And so but I think we got the science down by now, and
I would hope so. A year in.
Yeah,
That's crazy. I never thought we'd be here a year later talking about it still, man. It's
I know,
crazy,
I know, it's crazy.
I didn't think. Well,
yeah.
I mean, luckily, obviously a lot of people have passed, but I honestly thought it was gonna start wiping off the earth like bad, and I think that's what most of us feared at the beginning.
Yeah, that's the media, man, and like that. I feel like they definitely did a lot of that, and not in a good way.
Yeah.
This fear, and a lot of false information, and just people not educating themselves.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest problem. People don't know how to critically think. People don't know. And I'm not saying I do, or I'm like, no, but like I'm able to rationalize about something and say, okay, that doesn't sound right. Let me look into that.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not just going to let my personal bias be the reason why I think one way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Just because I'm blue or just because I'm red, or I don't like to classify myself as a color myself. You know what I mean? Like I am brown, and that's really what I am. But I'm going to look at things with an open mind.
I totally understand.
So like news, for example, like they like whether you listen to one set of news, you listen to the other set of news, they're all just like, man,
they're there to do a job, bro.
They're there to do a job. They're there to fucking, a lot of the time they'll feed you what you want to hear if that's what you lean with, And so personal bias, it's a real thing, and people will be misled because of it a lot of the time, I feel. Yeah.
Well, I take a bigger appreciation of what you do, and because I don't mean to sound like an asshole, but like, they always talk about like thanks to the first responders and stuff like that, and I'm always like, well, I've never had like that connection with like a first responder, but sitting here with you and stuff, like I definitely take appreciation in that, and what you do and your whole unit and stuff. You guys are heroes, bro.
Thanks, man.
And I'll link your Cash App so that people can donate too. No, but I appreciate it. Is there anything else you want to get off your chest? Anything you'd like the crowd to know?
Man, like, not necessarily, but, like, do your own research.
Yeah.
Educate yourself. Make your own decisions. Don't judge other people based on their practices or not practices. At the end of the day, like, we're all individual human beings. Just love one another, bro. Like,
that's all we can do at this point.
That's all we can do,
We can
man.
try to love each other, because even that, bro, some people struggle with that.
A lot of hatred out there, too, man.
It is. And I wish we could just change everybody and make them love each other, but unfortunately we can't do that. There's no switch for it. So
no switch.
The best we can do is just spread our love and hope for the best.
Yeah.
Which kind of sucks, because then we leave it in the hands of other people to try to change the world. But we can't control what they do. So, but I guess we can wrap up. I appreciate you having me here at my mobile podcast, bro. I go to you, bro. So if you want me to come to your house or anything, bro, shoot me an email. But I appreciate you taking time to talk to me today.
Oh, man.
I'd love to have you back again one day.
We got to do this again.
Of course. I'm going to have a lot of regulars coming back.
Yeah.
Maybe we could sit down with Eric's idiot self or something,
Oh, dude. Shout out to Eric. Yeah.
Main man, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I appreciate it, dude, and thank you for having me over. And hopefully, I can have this out soon.
Alrighty, man. Yeah. Shout out to Uncle Luke. Shout out to
Uncle Luke.
Yeah, Uncle Luke. Shout out to my Aunt Paula. Shout out to no, I'm playing.
I don't even have an Aunt Paula.
I was like, damn, bro, you sound very Italian right now. But thank you guys. Remember to subscribe, like, follow. I'll link your social media there, bro, so you can get some following.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, he posts a lot of shirtless pictures.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
Nah, but thank you, man. I appreciate it.
All right,
Thank
man.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers, man.
Cheers.